For the past few years, Golden State has faced tough losses on the court, struggled behind the scenes, and many had written them off.
I'm looking at this Warriors squad, they know that they don't have enough, and I think it's hard.
As the NBA got younger, faster, and stronger, one question loomed over the league. Was the Warriors dynasty finally over? No matter how you looked at it, the answer seemed like a harsh yes. Just before the 2025 NBA trade deadline, Golden State hit their lowest point, getting blown out by Phoenix, scraping by Orlando, and suffering back-to-back losses to Utah and the Lakers. It felt like the end, but just when it seemed like they were out of options, the Warriors made a move no one expected.
The biggest news we got right now, and it is huge, Jimmy Butler on his way to Golden State.
At first, the trade for Jimmy Butler seemed like a desperate move, a last-ditch effort. But now, the entire league is starting to notice. The Warriors didn't just add another player. They brought in a game-changer, a closer, a true competitor. And if the rest of the league hasn't realized it yet, they soon will.
I'm sorry. I said I think we're going to win a championship, but I lied. We are going to win the championship.
Wow.
There are three types of players in the NBA. The paycheck guys, who are just here for the money. The hoopers, who play because they love the game. And the killers, who will do whatever it takes to win a championship. After following the NBA for years, one thing is clear. Jimmy Butler is a killer.
Grind, the gyration, and the two in the foul.
And they're having wars. Look at this.
He might not be the most talented, the most athletic, or the biggest player, but when it comes to players who are all about winning, he's in a league of his own.
Jimmy Butler ties the game with a half second to go.
When Jimmy Butler was traded for Andrew Wiggins, many people questioned the move. On paper, both are elite two-way players, and you could even argue that Wiggins is more talented. I wouldn't argue with that. Jimmy himself has even said that Wiggins has more natural talent than he does. At first, I wasn't convinced by the trade, for a lot of reasons, until I heard Jimmy Butler speak.
Win, ready to work, ready to put on the show for y'all. Let's get it. Championship coming soon.
One thing is clear now. The Warriors didn't just trade for a player, they traded for a mentality. Golden State needed more than just another star. They needed a killer, someone with relentless energy and an obsession with winning. And that's exactly what they got with Jimmy Butler.
They're calling for it. Goes right at Murray. Foul. Count it and one.
Think about it. For 2 years, Jimmy Butler led a team of underdogs to heights no one expected. He beat the best player in the conference, took down the top team, and did it all without a second All-NBA talent beside him. If you only look at his numbers, they might not scream superstar, but that's the thing with Jimmy. His value goes far beyond the stats.
Finish. He's got 30. Butler
They're
gets
still on the bench for their teams.
Into the lane.
Butler. Need for Butler as he gets inside.
Steph is the greatest shooter of all time, but if there's one thing he's never been great at, it's drawing fouls. That's where Jimmy Butler shines. This changes everything for the Warriors. Slowing the game down gives Curry something he's never had before, real in-game rest. Think about it. At 36, Steph never stops moving, running off screens, getting double-teamed, and creating offense night after night. It's exhausting. But now, when the Warriors need a break, Jimmy takes control, attacking the rim, forcing defenders into foul trouble, and slowing the game down. If you think Steph Curry is dangerous now, just imagine him with fresh legs in the fourth quarter.
He's like the exact opposite player of me, which is kind of funny.
The Warriors have always lived and died by the three-point line, and defenses knew it. That's why they started crowding the perimeter, chasing shooters off the line, and daring Golden State to beat them in other ways. But now, that's not an option. Jimmy Butler is the complete opposite of Curry. While Steph kills you from deep, Jimmy dominates in the mid-range. Steph is finesse. Jimmy is pure power. He's a nightmare to defend. Teams can't just focus on the three-point line anymore. They have to respect a relentless attacker who thrives inside the arc, getting to his spots and finishing through contact.
Jimmy inside, and Steph finding him perfectly.
Reason 3, a defensive nightmare for opponents. Here's the crazy part. Guarding the Warriors just got a whole lot harder.
We have designated 2 guards or 3-and-D guys who will be on Steph. Now they got to guard Jimmy. Because if you put a point guard on Jimmy, it's curtains.
Christmas.
Yeah, he's posting them up. He's taking them to the basket. They too small.
Before, teams only needed elite perimeter defenders to chase Curry around screens. But now, they need two completely different defenders. One to stick with Steph, and another to handle Jimmy's strength and post-ups. And even then, good luck. Just ask Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders in the league, how tough it is trying to stop Jimmy Butler in a playoff series.
Last 6 make it the last 8 for Miami.
If Jimmy Butler could take a group of undrafted players in Miami and turn them into stars on the biggest stage, imagine what he can do with the Warriors' young core. Kuminga, Moody, the Postman, Santos, and Pinsky. I'm not saying Jimmy is about to turn these guys into all-stars overnight, but trust me, you'll see a real difference. Just look at Tyler Hero now, an all-star.
He pulls up at 4:30, full sweat when we walk in the gym, like, he got us beat.
As a rookie, Tyler Hero wasn't just along for the ride, he was in the gym at 4:00 a.m. grinding because he followed Jimmy's lead. That's how you go from being just another young player to a certified bucket. Steph Curry is an amazing leader, no doubt. But Jimmy brings something different. He brings heat culture. And if you know anything about the NBA, you know heat culture isn't just a slogan, it's real. Miami has overachieved for years because of their mindset, toughness, and their refusal to back down from that culture. Now, Jimmy is bringing all of that to Golden State. Just imagine if Kuminga could get even a fraction of the growth that Tyler Hero got from being around Jimmy. The league is in trouble.
I ask you, who fears Golden State, even with Jimmy Butler? You think OKC is afraid of them? You think the Nuggets are afraid of them? The Lakers aren't afraid of them. I don't really think anybody that's above them are afraid of them.
With Brogdon on him, it's a long three, and